most of this borrowed life and found companions I could trust with all my heart. I want to share this story with you all. The story of how my journey began. It's a long story, filled with many memories of my past. I'd also like to invite you all to the place where I repaired the express and tell you everything bit by bit.
All right, it's a deal. When I return from the world in canvas, you can make us, let Shush make us some coffee. Then we'll settle in and listen to your story.
Speaking of the world in canvas, March told me about what Evanesia said to you. Evanesia's request was not made lightly, and she was worried for a reason. Silverwolf saw that Lord Ravager in action too. According to the records from the databank and the IPC's investigation, Asat Pramad's campaigns often span centuries, and the planets he targets all end up destroyed in freak accidents, leaving their surfaces covered in only smiling faces. 1,000 years ago, my ancestor Graphia created the world in canvas. If that was to resist Asat Pramad's invasion of Ahatopia, then could this disaster unleashed through the Phantasmoon games be the prelude to his next invasion? That's the first of many mysteries. Based on our family history, we are clearly not descendants of any long-lived species. Quite the opposite. The weathering curse has shortened my family's lifespan for generations. What could my ancestor have gone through to still exist? There are far too many legends about her. It's hard to tell what's true and what's not. Only two things are beyond doubt. First, during the Cinderth Age, she created countless Imaginae and sent them into battle against the demon legions from beyond. Second, near the end of one of the Phantasmoon games, she created the world in canvas to shelter inside it what was left of civilization, which means she is not only familiar with Asat Pramad, but has also witnessed the manifestation of the Eon of Elation. Nobody knows just how big the plane Graphia created actually is. Over 140 years ago, the IPC tried to salvage the world in canvas, but they were only able to reconstruct part of it in the real world. That portion became what we know as Plain Arcadia. Legend has it that Graphia used a vast ocean as her canvas and channeled the power of elation to step into the painting, which means she has not only seen Asat Pramad, but has also seen the Eon of Elation descend in all their glory. Good question. As for who in Plain Arcadia knows Graphia and the world in canvas best, it's she should have some clues to guide us in the right direction. By the way, General Yao Guang is here. She says she wants to talk to you in private. I'm not sure if she comes with good news or bad news. She brought a little gift from the Cienjo, though. Mung bean soda. Go talk to General Yao Guang, then. Don't keep her waiting. After that, come to the party car and fill us in on your...
Is Ouroboros, the veracity. Wait, you've never heard of the veracity before? Come to think of it, they must be unfamiliar to most people. They were supposed to be recorded in the list of arch-enemies as an author of calamity. They are an ancient god of desire, but they disappeared so long ago that the Cienjo Alliance never witnessed any of their deeds, and they were never recognized as an author of calamity. Well, they need no such title anyway. Beast of Calamity, Star Devourer, Void Maw, Just hearing these names, one can imagine what kind of monstrosity they were. A vast, writhing form whose slightest movement could crush entire planets. Rumor has it, they were last seen during the era of the Swarm disaster. They were hardly there to aid the Swarm, but rather to attend a cosmic-level feast, in which the Swarm served merely as appetizers, and the planets they passed were devoured. No one expected them to be here of all places, sealed away. The true situation remains unknown, but with this information we can understand why Assad... Aren't you a little afraid, facing a huge disaster like this? That's impressive, Ishvara. No wonder you survived the calamity of Iron Tomb. Fortune follows when fate hits its lowest ebb. Every crisis comes with an opportunity. Now that we know a force capable of devouring stars is deep in slumber at this planet's core, perhaps we could make it devour the problem inside Blade's body. It might just... Blade has agreed to my proposal and will venture into the world in canvas to seek out the veracity. I cast a divination, and the hexagram shifted between the marsh and fire trigrams, yielding the judgment. Heaven and earth are separate and apart, but the work which they do is the same. In other words, though your paths may differ, they are destined to intersect. What miracle could cap off these games better than a finale that humbles a Lord Ravager? The shadow of the Lord Ravager looms, and from here on, everyone must carry their part of the burden. I will take my leave first.
Oh, there you are! We were waiting for you. We're here to celebrate the Astral Express making it through another trial, of course. Pom-Pom's heard all about your latest adventure.
It's a modest celebration, but a meaningful one. You stopped Full Wish's scheme, and that is no small achievement, regardless of what the people of Plain Arcadia or the media may say.
Exactly. You knocked out the mastermind behind all those creepy whatever their name is. I didn't get to see it myself, but...
Your victory gave Blade a chance to free himself from Shuhu's flesh.
With a Lord Ravager looming on the horizon, everyone will soon be heading off on their own missions. Before that, it felt...
Now, let's make a toast. Here's to everyone who fights to protect this Arcadia. And here's to all of us. The Lord Ravager can throw whatever he wants at us.
Thank you. All of you. Having you by my side is what gives me the courage to face the future.
Cheers!
That's odd. Pom-Pom can't remember a thing. All Pom-Pom recalls is having a long and fuzzy sleep, then being woken by a knock at the door. And just like that, the day Passenger Himiko knocked, it felt like Pom-Pom was waking up from a dream. The Express's heart started beating again. Sadly, Pom-Pom can't remember most of what happened. Pom-Pom's memory of those years is like a fogged-up Express window. No matter how hard Pom-Pom tries, but it's okay. After Passenger Himiko repaired the Express, Pom-Pom got to share Safe trip! Pom-Pom will take good care of the Express.
There you are. March. Yeah, of course.
When did Don Hung start expressing his feelings like this? I guess pigs really do fly.
This trip to Plain Arcadia is the first time we weren't necessarily... You dove into the Phantasmoon games. I crossed paths with that relentless old friend and foe again. As for March, well, she spent her time...
Wait, hold up. How come all I get is wandering and eating? I call it cultural exploration, with a little extra time for me to recharge.
Now that we're having this little break, it hit me that I might have neglected you and March.
Well said. This vacation has expanded my horizons.
Blade has accepted General Yao Guang's proposal. Perhaps he has finally moved on from past grudges and that abundance curse, and is now ready to do something for himself. It's going to be a path fraught with danger, so I had hoped to accompany. From now on, I will turn my attention to this world. Mr. Yang and I have been asked by General Yao Guang to help with setting up some defensive formations.
I've got work to do too. Mr. Ashvale wanted someone to accompany him to the tavern to investigate clues about Asat Pramod. Yours truly figured she'd been resting long enough, and... No problem. When you come back, you have to share everything you saw in the...
In other words, that woman wants you to take Shuhu and jump straight into the veracity and leave the rest to the Eon's stomach acid? And this is between me and him, right? Why are you tagging along?
Relax. I'll say my goodbyes and be gone. A dignified funeral, If you ask me, this ending is indeed grand enough.
I don't care about any of that. There's only one thing I care about. Does he have to die?
Here's a piece of advice, little cub. Whether he lives or dies is his choice. That's the one thing you don't get to decide for him.
It has landed.
What?
Nothing. Just a seabird landing on the rocks. A blade forged of mortal steel cannot sever an undying fate. If Shuhu is to be put down, the options are few, and that Leviathan is one of them.
In time, people will say this. The culprit of the Juming gave his life for the greater good and plunged into the...
I'm not as noble as you make it sound. Many years ago, you invited me to join the Galaxy Rangers. I'm a petty man. I was never born to carry some greater good. This is between Shuhu and me.
Can't argue with that. A Galaxy Ranger through and through. Well then, I won't say anything more.
Blade, you sure about this?
For years, death has clung to me like a curse, etched into my bones. If there is a chance to make a god feel the same pain, I would do it. Even as for everyone else, there's no need to drag them into this. We'll proceed as Yao Guang proposed. Bury Shuhu at the end of the world in canvas, taking me with him, and let the Varath...
Take care.
How about you stay as well? You might as well see it through to the end with us.
Plain Arcadia has bigger problems that need my attention. Your instincts were right. That meanie pulling strings from the shadows is none other than Asat Pramod.
Who Who else would want to kick a Ha's head like a ball?
So, I need to get back and finish my job.
Investigating a Lord Ravager sounds like a job you don't come back from.
Therefore, it also pays very well.
Then here's hoping you live long enough to collect your payment. Every time, when it's just the two of us, you go quiet.
You know what I'm going to say. The seabird's flown off. It's time for us to go too.
The terror slumbering at the heart of plain Arcadia is Ouroboros.
After the swarm disaster, the Veracity vanished, never to appear again for more than their last rumored sighting was 500 years ago.
History fictionologists claim that Ouroboros lies in wait at the edge of the cosmos, guarded by their children.
I've heard that story before, but it wasn't about the edge of the cosmos. It was, they say, that the preservation is nothing more than a facade, and the IPC is, in truth, a cult devoted to the Veracity.
Organic life has quite the imagination. They've said other things, too. That Louis Fleming seeks to ascend as the Eon of Wealth. That the Council of Mundanites are mere hounds of Dr. Primitive. That the market, such rumors are endless. I believe the General should be able to tell which are true.
I've never heard the last one, so let's assume it's the only one that's true. Such terrible breath. Once this Leviathan awakens, the Arcadia's destruction would be all but instantaneous.
For now, this remains conjecture. The sealed remains appear to be a husk that Ouroboros once shed. Why it's here, and how it's connected to the elation, remain unknown. Yet even a fragmented remnant of an Eon is a threat that can't be ignored. The calamity of the Leviathan must not be allowed to re-emerge in this.
Naturally. That is why I'm here. And it's about time for the two Nameless to arrive. You're just on time.
General Yao Guang, as instructed, warding talismans have been placed at over a dozen sites across plain Arcadia.
My thanks. It was Mr. Yang's talent of creation out of nothing that allowed us to reproduce. Now, with yin and yang aligned, and all four aspects in place, as long as we set up the last formation core, the Decalite reflection barrier will be complete.
Using the divine eye of the Spiritus to weave a giant web, one that ensnares countless possible futures.
Though Shuhu has been eradicated, the signs of doom have not faded. On the contrary, they grow ever clearer. After much consideration, the source can only be this restless corpse.
One crisis is yet to pass, and another is already upon us. The Arcadia's ley lines were already riddled with scars, and now even the ancient tree's seal is starting to lose. While Evanesia is asleep, someone must take up her duty to guard this place.
But defending isn't the way of the hunt. If you don't want to become the prey, you...
General, do you intend to go on the offensive and suppress the...
How could I? The Joy Seeker could barely confine that husk using the Abundance's ambrosial arbor as its cage. I'm not that arrogant as to place myself. I'm not here to guard against an Eon, but against a lesser menace. Lord Ravager Asat Pramod. This barrier is prepared for him.
Asat Pramod has been meddling with the game from the shadows. His intentions unclear. We know little about him or the Veracity. By chance, however, A friendly citizen.
Ouroboros' remains are in Ahatopia, aren't they? Silence is an answer in itself. I've seen that reaction too.
I'm not surprised that you were the first to discover it. You were in the Torn Scroll too. The probability of you noticing was 24%.
That's a little low, don't you think? I'd put it at well over 90.
What I don't understand is this. There were countless ways to verify your hypothesis. Yet you chose the most. You bypassed security and broke into the building to confront me in.
This is no confrontation. It's a warning, Madam Pearl. I'm a security officer and there is only one, while everyone else is fixated on the Phantasmoon games. Only the Department of Aberration Defense is watching other places.
Like the location where the new Herald of Death case was closed?
Correct. The incident involved 4 Daybreak warriors, 3 nameless, 1 detective, and 1 officer. But just moments ago, a 10th set of footprints appeared at the scene.
After the investigation, we learned that the traces were left deliberately. A blatant provocation.
The Lord Ravager bent on destroying the Elation came uninvited. Make no mistake. Plan Arcadia is a stage he chose with care, and drawing the Abundance into the fray was hardly a whim.
Our top priority is to dispose of Shuhu's flesh properly to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands.
That said, we cannot afford to ignore Asat Pramad's next move.
This giant web is prepared for that very purpose. Once the entire planet is folded into the divination's trajectory, under the gaze of the Omnitia, all possibilities will be linked. When that time comes, he won't wish to leave any footprints behind.
One final question. Why did the Lord Ravager choose to visit? Does he have an ulterior motive? Or is this merely some twisted joke?
That question should be left to the professionals. Don't forget, we have a detective who can't seem to rest. Let's hope the accumulation of variables can tip the scales in our favor.
I'm surprised as well. You've only just left Amphorius, and already you've managed to draw the attention of another...
Miss Ron May? And Miss Ting Yoon?
We're here by General Yao Guang's request. It seems we arrived just in time.
First, I only came because the Shenzhou extended an invitation, and it seemed impolite to refuse. Now that I'm here, I see it was well worth the trip. Get to the point. Their death was merely buried beneath layers of secrecy.
Hardly surprising. They disappeared after the swarm disaster, and there are many different... The Intelligentsia Guild claims the Veracity ate their fill and entered hibernation. I don't buy it. Those scholars are fond of post-meal naps themselves, likely just projecting their own habits.
You seem surprisingly calm, which makes sense. After all, why don't you tell everyone what happened to the Galaxy Rangers back on Von Walk?
Von Walk?
Rightly, Von Walk. I've heard there's a particular phenomenon that occurs on that rainfall. Plants multiply and grow and are then harvested like wild grass. A cycle repeating every few decades. Almost identical to the Phantasmoon games.
But how are the two connected? When you hear plants and growth, shouldn't that make you think of abundance? Huh.
It seems you figured it by coincidence. Abundance is another thing that...
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences, Mr. Ashvale. No. Leader of the Rangers, Mr. La Mancha. Perhaps you could explain this to our nameless friend.
Back on Von Walk, I'd already long since stopped being a ranger. Your conjecture is basically correct, Miss Ron May. You're not the only genius to take life as a... By the time I arrived, the atavistic experiment was already approaching its final phase. Dr. Primitive had set his sights on an ancient leviathan beneath Von Walk's surface. There also lay the remains of the Veracity.
You stopped him.
The Rangers stopped him. Back then...
Now, deep beneath Ahatopia, another corpse of the Leviathan lies buried. If I'm not mistaken, there are countless other worlds carrying out the same ritual. Aha sealed Ouroboros' body among the stars, suppressed it with abundance, siphoned the power of the Path of Veracity, and called it a game. This is what people call the Phantasmoon Games.
Uh-huh. Why would they do such a thing?
You may remember, the Express once delivered a Leviathan's carcass to me. That wasn't the only one in my collection. By arranging remains from different eras in sequence, I discovered something rather intriguing. At a certain moment over 1,000 Amber eras ago, just as Akivili began traveling in pursuit of all creations of the Veracity lost the same organ. Their taste buds.
What does that...
The purpose of consumption changed. Be they spawns, depth crawlers, or void song whales, their genetic markers encoding gustatory organs vanished entirely. Creatures walking the path of Veracity became nothing more than biological black holes. This was not natural evolution. Through the simulated universe, I identified the point of divergence in his... Consider this. What do taste...
Yummy flavors?
Precisely. Savoring something's aftertaste is an act of elation.
So Aha stole the original Prima Mobile of the Veracity?
The simulated universe proves nothing on its own, but the primal desires of life have always been entangled. Think of it as my intuition. The conflict between the eons of elation and veracity.
How many people know about that?
There used to be 2. I only told Yu Qingtu. Now there are 5.
Exploit the old conflict between Aha and Ouroboros to ignite a divine war, or allow intersecting paths to devour. Of the 3 known ways to kill an eon, the Arcadia fulfills at least 2. Now who still thinks Asap Pramod is here on vacation?
But you still haven't explained where it came from.
Oh, you mean the shadow? It has nothing to do with Funwalk.
Oh?
Call it a twist of fate. This isn't my first encounter with the Astral Express, nor my first time dealing when my home was destroyed by Zulo. I had a brief encounter with...
A navigator of the Express?
Yes. Starseer, I see. He was the one who told me about the shadow. According to IC, it was one of many remnants left behind when the Express first carved. I led the Rangers to suppress the shadow and devised the plan to assassinate Zulo. But I never learned why it was there in the first place.
Don't you find it strange, Mr. Ashvale?
Strange?
When coincidences pile up, they cease to be coincidences. Like an experiment with results that are too perfect, it's enough to send a chill down your spine. If you don't mind, let's walk through the whole thing earlier. What did you 2 uncover in the tavern?
Someone suspected to be Asat Pramod knew about the Veracity secret. Before disappearing, he said he was headed for the end of the world.
And then? Who did he say the shadow belonged to?
A former navigator. The shadow was a remnant left behind when he charted.
If the world's end isn't the tavern, then where is it?
I don't know if anyone can answer that question. Not even Akivili. Wait. Don't tell me.
En route only goes where he isn't welcome. After leaving the tavern, He went to the Astral Express.
The detective game is over. I have to say, not many people can make me change my plans. Whether in the past or present, you've always been one of them.
So, it is you.
You know how it is, kid. I've always enjoyed arriving uninvited.
We have arrived. This is the snowy shore of the canvas world, Inkford Hermitage.
Oh. Are those Wispae floating on the water?
Mighty Wish Power! Mighty Super Star!
Oh dear, there are so many Wispae.
Now arrived at
They are
Hermitage
blocking the
Fort.
boat's route.
Please make sure you have all of your belongings.
But no need to panic.
And watch your
Please
step
follow my lead.
working. Thank you for traveling on this void liner.
Whew! A safe docking. For a second, I thought we were going to hit an iceberg or They probably sensed your wish power. You are the Phantas Moon Games superstar. Look, one's trying to hitch a ride on you. Must have been when we came ashore. Oh, what a devoted fan.
Everyone, welcome to Inkford Hermitage.
I was imagining a Benzai Tengoku style. So you demolished your idol's old residence.
Of course not. Benzai Tengoku vanished more than 1,000 years ago. The original structure is long lost to time. The IPC only chose this location. Many Imaginae are born every day, but just as many ancient lineages of Imaginae hide themselves away. And this is the final stop before they enter the world in canvas, and this is where they bid farewell to reality. Rumor has it that Graphia's soul appears from time to time to guide.
There's a sense of parting in the air. No wonder the soul of the mother of Imagenesis.
Miss Colt, now that you're in this well too, you ought to make the most of it. Let's go.
Just this and nothing more.
I saw my own giant body thawed onto the ground.
8 people in the Phantas Moon Games? Perhaps no. So, in that round of the Phantas Moon Games, Graphia must have fought a terrifyingly powerful opponent.
I saw her once. By then, Ahatopia had already been transported into the canvas. I couldn't find my other 6 friends, but I remembered where Lady so I went to her front door again, lit the ground lamps and shouted, "Snowball fight!" felt like only a second had passed. Just the blink of an eye, yet she held me and cried, saying, "I'm sorry." It was just one lost game. We could have just won it. I only shared some memories of a snowball fight. If it helped you, Nameless, that's about all Casper can remember. If you're still up for fun and games, come find me for another snowball fight sometime.
Memorize. Casper likes to light the ground lamps and call for her near Graffia's old home. Now, where can I find those ground lamps?
Who dares disturb my 1,000-year slumber? Not only will I refuse to grant you 3 wishes, I shall also lock you in my canvas.
Thanks for the invite. I'm not quite dead yet, but I don't feel alive either. I'm testing the deadline. This mountain path is so quiet and secluded. Ooh, what a great spot for a night stroll, listening to the calming sound of the springs. I was hoping to find some inspiration out here. With those 2 goofs. Look at this old stone statue! Ooh! I just reached the real versus fake Hemicat arc in my comic. Let me pay my respects. Maybe Graphia will bless me with enlightenment.
Miss Colt, when did you sneak out?
That was fast!
I let my guard down for just 1 second, and corporate asset. I mean, Miss Colt.
No way are you running away and taking our jobs with you. Good thing this kind lady spotted where you were headed.
Let's go. Back to the room to finish your work.
Come on, not again! Little raccoon! Help!
I remember being held in a room and watched by 6 or 7 people, too. I wasn't a... You're asking me? Weren't you the one searching so desperately for me? My name is Murata Graphia, guardian of the world in canvas. It is a pleasure to meet you, Nameless of the Astral Express.
You're saying you are Graphia? Huh. She really does look a lot like Himiko.
Child, you were the one who lit the ground lamps, were you not? If memory serves, that was the secret signal my old friends used to call for me. I simply answered the call, yet you doubt my identity. Let me think. I believe I know why you've come to find me. The arbitrator of the Phantasmoon Games asked you to tell me that our old enemy, the Demon Lord from Beyond, has returned. Since Ahatopia's in canvassing, Evanesia and I agreed to guard reality and the world in canvas separately, never to meet again. But over the past 1,000 years, I often hoped we might reunite in some way. Who would have thought, when word of her finally reached me again, there'd be no warm greetings? You must have many questions. My, you certainly have a lot of questions. During the Cinderth Age, that demon lord from beyond once took the form of a friend to infiltrate the Resistance, causing catastrophic casualties. Do you carry a token from Evanesia? I see you're carrying something that might... The secrets you seek are many and tangled. Perhaps I should start by telling you a story. 1,000 years ago, the legions of the demons from beyond descended upon Ahatopia. For the destruction, taking a life is easier than brushing aside a feather. Among the countless victims, a baby girl was saved by a painter from the brink. To protect his daughter, the painter kept her confined to their home. While the fires of disaster swept across the land, Graphia lived in seclusion, until one day a falling star streaked across the dark sky. Unable to contain her curiosity, the young girl slipped out of the and so she saw it. Beneath the cold Phantas moon, a tower of infinity stood on the mountain range This tower had countless windows and rose section by section, slender and tall. More than an actual tower, it looked... Indeed, that tower, which stood only for a moment, was the crashed Astral Express. And Graphia's family name, Murata, came from the wondrous sight. At the time, the wrecked train was surrounded by countless abominable monsters. Amidst these foul enemies, a few warriors in strange attire fought tirelessly. It was only much later that Graphia understood that those who fought and died were the Nameless, who walked the path of the Trailblaze. That was the day that Graphia stepped into the mortal world. Her life as the mother of Imogenesis began. In a long, drawn-out war, fought at a severe disadvantage. She was forced to seek the aid of the Phantas Moon Games, attempting to use the mighty power of This was also the first time in the history of the Phantas Moon Games that the 8 supplicants joined forces to confront a powerful enemy from beyond, the Lord Ravager, Asat Pramad. She lost. Graphia did not win the Phantas Moon Games, nor did she manage to kill Asat Pramad. In the final days of the Sindirth Age, she gathered every ounce of wish power to paint the world into a scroll. Using herself as a nail to steady the canvas, she sealed the Lord Ravager outside. Yes, as long as the scroll still enshrouds reality, he won't be able to lay a finger on the Leviathan's remains buried deep within Ahatopia. The story is over. I have received Evanesia's message. I also have a token I'd like you to give her. Please, let us journey together to the other side.
So, are we leaving right now?
No, there is no need to rush. You have a friend here who is lingering with a heart full of farewells.
You mean... Blade?
Follow this path down to the riverbank of Myriad Wish Grove. You'll find many Wispe gathered there. When you are ready, choose a Wispe. Whisper Graphia's name and your wish to cross over to the other shore. Then release the Wispe into the river. When the time comes, I will bring the ferry to deliver you into the canvas.
Graphia vanished? How elusive. Anyway, I should head to the riverbank of Myriad Wish Grove first.
Nutrients. How about this? We just feed Shuhu to that tree in the courtyard. It would save us a long trip. Say something.
Didn't know you were a forestry expert.
I'm not joking. I'm serious.
If the Elwood absorbed another emanator of abundance, it would likely bring about an even greater catastrophe. Right now, there is no other option besides...
If the abundance grows too strong, the ambrosial arbor loses control, and the Arcadia is doomed. If the abundance is too weak, the husk spirals out of control. It's called an Arcadia, but the whole thing is built on a razor's edge. Does that mean the essence of the elation is just dark humor?
You're afraid.
I'm not. I respect your choice. Fine. You're right. I'm afraid. So what? You don't think I know what that Xianzhou person meant? 1 in 10 chance? There is no chance at all. Listen, I just can't stand by and watch one of my kin sacrifice himself.
Kin.
What else? Friend? Colleague? Playmate? The guy who carries my bags when we go shopping?
I suppose all of those fit.
Fit? How? Sometimes I can't tell if you're actually dumb or just playing dumb.
I hear you. Just assume it's the former. My mind is made up. You should understand. Misplaced emotions will only cause the mission to fail.
You really are just playing dumb. To be honest, I'm the same way. If I could see Firefly cured of her illness, Kafka finally finding the heart she's looking for, and that girl reclaiming her future, then I'd be willing to pick up that level 999 cartridge too, even if it means becoming nothing but a shadow of the Dark Zone.
Don't. At the TV tower, you already severely overspent your time. Don't touch that thing again. Besides, why are you telling me this? You should tell them yourself.
Because just like you, I'm a total, stuck-up softie. Happy now?
Feel better.
No. Unless you give me a sincere apology and a proper goodbye, we're not settled.
Not settled. Is that right? Fair enough. Whether as Ying Xing or as Blade, my journey has reached its end. Before the final verdict, I should say a proper goodbye. Who's there?
Next time, it'd be better if you didn't try to sneak up on us like that.
I knew you would come.
I met the legendary Graphia. She told me a way to enter the world in canvas. If we simply chant her name and release a Wispe into the river, she'll come to ferry us.
A legend from 1,000 years ago. And she... It really makes sense. After all, you two are practically the same age. Knowing that gives me a bit more hope that you can...
Then let's begin.
Mother of Imagenesis, may she come forth and deliver us into the world in canvas. No Wispe were harmed in the making of this operation.
How odd. This time, the visitors actually know of my existence.
Strange. Why is the boat coming from downstream?
I heard your call, and have come by boat to guide you across. Greetings, travelers who seek to leave the mortal world behind. It is a pleasure to meet you. Oh? Not an imagine, but someone here to settle the past.
I guess so.
The power of abundance. What a nostalgic scent. There is something terrifying slumbering within you.
I've heard that something lies at the end of the world in canvas with the power to suppress it.
I see. You are better informed than I thought. I understand. Time is of the essence. Please, step aboard.
Thank you. The mountains lie distant, the waters still, and snow settles. A fine moment to bring this weary life to its end.
Bring a weary life to its end? To my eyes, the power taking root within you is far from withering away.
It's just a matter of time.
The journey downstream is long. As is custom, I must collect your past stories as fare. I shall use them to paint the path forward, which will guide us to the other side.
My past stories. I am not much of a storyteller.
There is no need to weave your thoughts into a complete story. A single memory, a single breath. These too are parts of your past. Only by letting go of the past can you truly set forth with an open heart. Is that not so?
Go ahead. Say something. I'm curious too.
Then, I shall begin with that lone island of Insumosu. It was a desolate wasteland, untouched and forgotten. Desolate, cold. The perfect place to lay the dead to rest. I planted rusted, broken blades in the wasteland as a mark of my departure. Little did I know that even after joining the Stellaron Hunters, I would find myself returning there time and again, bringing along a few new swords with me. Their owners, some of them sought my life, only to fall by my hand. Others simply wished to see me one last time, as their own lives flickered out. I was once a craftsman, and those swords, they were all my own creations. I raised those wordless monuments for my old friends, one by one, until they became a forest of broken blades. And what about me and my sword? When will it finally join them in that forest?
I will follow your words with my brush and paint the ideal end. Sword barrier. We've reached the shore you've been seeking.
What is this place?
This is the world in canvas, a mirror to your soul, blooming as your heart dictates. May this meadow be everything you wished for.
Superb artistry. And yet, I thought you would paint the desolation within.
Desolation? I saw no desolation in your story. Instead, I found the lingering regrets of a master craftsman. The fire that tempers black steel and shapes 100 blades does not burn upon the forge or anvil. It burns within your heart. That spark within you has yet to fade. It is why this plane has chosen to bloom into flowers.
We've got no clue what you two are on about with all this cryptic talk. But you smiled just now, didn't you?
No, I didn't. We should go.
We have reached the end.
That Blue Maw. So, this is it.
Correct. Driven by the buried secrets of Ahatopia, you have come seeking liberation. And now, I have shown you the silhouette of the beast's maw. If you should find a way to get out, I ask that you swear to keep this secret.
I will keep the secret. That blue maw, can it truly consume the abundance?
Only a beast of insatiable hunger can end a plague of eternal growth. I have stood watch in this realm for a millennium, beholding the eternal conflict where the veracity and the abundance remain locked in strife. Oh, undying soul, the fate that awaits within those depths lies far beyond the reach of our conjecture. Perhaps you will vanish into nothingness in a mere heartbeat. Or perhaps you will endure a millennium of gnawing, constantly regenerating only to suffer once more, with liberation remaining an elusive dream.
Beneath that calm of yours, I can feel an old friend lingering. Agony.
This is the price I must bear for becoming one with the canvas.
You're telling me if he leaps, he has to stay down there and be torn apart for ages? I'm not okay with this. Yao Guang never said anything about this when we went over the plan.
I have lived for nearly a millennium. I stopped wishing for a swift end a long time ago. If the Leviathan does not consume me utterly, then I am still alive. And until that moment comes, I will pin Shuhu to the anvil and swing my hammer once, twice, and again, and again.
Is there really no other way?
Silverwolf, I was never one for sentiment. I'll only say this. In my past life as a smith, I made it a point to forge something for those friends I found tolerable. But ever since I joined the Stellaron Hunters...
Oh, right, I get it. You want me to go back and take apart that box Kafka uses as a footrest, right?
You already took it apart?
A long time ago. Quite a few treasures in there. A master-crafted blade, a game controller, and a portable reactor.
That's the armor core, reforged from the remains of the Glamoth Queen.
Oh, and a cat-scratching post.
When did you find out about these items?
You? You mean we. We all found out. Think you hid it that well? Please, give me a break. We're a pro team, you know.
Just split it among yourselves. Consider it a keepsake.
Kafka should be the one saying this, but... You are the most perfect blade the Stellaron Hunters could ever have.
just a broken blade. That is all. You talk too much.
Before you go, you have something to say to her, too, right?
To me?
Don't take offense. It's just a few words. Before joining the Stellaron Hunters, I once lost myself. Unable to see the future, yet unable to reclaim the past. Just like you when you were first reborn. Whether we chose this path, or were forced onto it. Leave no room for regret. And never deny the path you've traveled. Then, let it be. It's time. Do you still remember that passphrase? No need to step forward. Just recite it in your head.
3 of a kind.
2 pair.
Ace. Go. Farewell. Let everything end, or truly begin. In the final moments of your life, what will flicker through your mind? The devouring. Has it begun? How much time has passed? Sea of clouds. Ambrosial arbor. To think that with death so close, this is the scenery my dreams would haunt. My heartbeat. It's barely audible now. Shuhu. Are you still alive?
Finally woke up, Yingxing?
Master. I am sorry. You have the wrong person.
Huh. A lad your age, yet your head is more muddled than mine. You're talking nonsense in your sleep, boy. It has been ages since we last met. Tell me, have you let your craft go to waste? Your master wishes to see what you can do.
Not a sweet dream of toasts and laughter, nor a nightmare of clashing steel. Instead, it is a dream of returning to the very beginning. This is a standard issue sword I forged for the Cloud Knights, back when I first began my training. Looking at it now, it is a crude piece of work.
Senior Frater, are you truly from a short-lived species?
Why do you ask?
I mean, no offense. I just wondered. Why would you come all the way to this Yanzhou to learn the craft?
My home became a grazing ground for those boars and beasts. My parents, they're fertilizer. Unlike you, I won't live to see them wiped out. Look at this blade. Fresh from the forge today.
That is so cool!
Stop flattering me. This is just a standard issue sword for the Cloud Knights. According to the template, its name should be New Blade.
Senior Frater! How could you so thoughtless? The very first assignment Elder Huayan gave his disciples is what defines a blade?
A lone cloud drifts. A crane departs the woods. Let's call it Departure, Junior.
Senior Frater! I thought you'd go with Lone Cloud.
Bai Hung. And that bow I forged for her. In the end, it was I who forged the greatest sin.
For me? Thank you. I told you, didn't I? As long as you set your heart on what you love, nothing can stop you. Hey, did you give this bow a name?
I named this bow Lure after a mythical steed from the primeval Imperium. Legend says it was one of the Emperor's finest mounts, a divine beast that could tread over any chasm and lead its master back from the brink of death.
How did you get so off track? Why pick a name meant for a horse? That won't do. It does not suit me at all. I'm gonna call it Recurve Bow.
That sounds terrible. It's like my mother naming me Human. At least change it to something elegant. Fine. Have it your way.
Look at you! Skilled with both the pen and the sword. You really should not be trapped in this flame wheel forge for the Hey, perfect timing! I have a few friends getting together on the Luofu. Wanna come along?
Staying in a single place your whole life. Jing Yuan's Devastator Glaive. The weapon I promised to forge for him all those years ago. Old friends have drifted across the stars.
A genius. I suppose Master Jing Liu's swordplay should be no trouble for you then.
You little rascal. Do not try to act like my senior just yet. I am from a short-life species. Xianzhou's swordplay takes hundreds, even thousands of years to master.
I heard your bold claim. I'd rather leave this world in a blaze than live until the end of time.
My, the future sword champion has sharp ears. It was just drunken rambling. Don't take it. Would be a waste to throw my skills away on the battlefield. You go to the front, and I will forge the divine weapons for you.
All right, deal. Then I want a Devastator Glaive, 4 meters long, decorated with green silk, and you should engrave the blade with cloud patterns. Or maybe...
Wait until you have grown a bit taller. Then it is settled. When the time comes, you shall arm each of us with a weapon of our own. Come, friends, drink up. We 5 come from all walks of life.
By the rainbow and the 10 lords. If I betray our bond, let... The prosthetic arm and sword staff for Mr. La Mancha were works created by my master and me. He came to visit me even after I was cast into the shackling prison.
Yingqing. Yingqing. How did you end up like this? The shadow has tasted the flesh of abundance within you. You cannot even speak anymore. Yingqing, look at me. Lift your head. It was only thanks to you and your master that the shadow of veracity was sealed. I owe you both a debt of gratitude. So I have but one question. Do you want out? If so, there is always a way out. Just give the word, and I will carve a bloody path to get you out, right now.
There is no need.
sins. Perhaps if I had taken you away from Flamewell Forge back then, I respect your choice.
Pity. So much in this world does not go as we wish. This is not my work. This was where my life as Blade began.
So you're Blade. You sound like quite the expert. Oh, good timing. What do you make of the sword she's carrying?
The blade itself is fine, but the technique is wrong. Swordsmanship is no song and dance.
My, oh my, Bladey. You really are the ultimate blade critic. Since you have so much to say, Master, why not forge a legendary blade for each of us?
I put down the hammer a long time ago. My hands cannot do what my mind wants anymore. Fighting with a weapon that does not suit you is just a quicker way to die. From now on, if a sword is needed, let it be mine. This shell of mine is the only blade there is. A weapon given by Ying Xing to an old friend. But we are no longer who we once were to each other. Who I am does not matter. What matters is, do you remember this weapon?
I don't understand what you're talking.
All that happened. You think you can just walk away from it all? You would do well to keep Cloud Piercer by your side. Next time we meet, I will be the end of you. What a pity. In the end, we still cast our weapons aside.
Apprentice, come here.
Finally. Is the end in sight? I am here, Master.
Good. I have waited a long time for you.
You have seen every blade I have forged in this life.
Fine work. Somewhat flawed, perhaps, but their edge is undeniable.
Gazing upon the weapons I forged in days past, I can only feel a surge of endless regret. The hammer falls and cannot be undone, yet I have spent my life taking one wrong step after. I betrayed my friends and broke my oaths. Even with these divine blades, I failed to protect those I held dear. My hands are stained with blood. I loathe. But what weighs heaviest on my soul is the debt I owe you, Master.
Let it all out. You feel a bit lighter now, don't you? But isn't there one last piece you've yet to show me? It is yet to be named, has it not?
That is a mere scrap from the forging of Shard Sword. I hid it away, fearing it would bring shame upon our school.
Can a mere boy keep secrets from his master? I entrusted General Yao Guang to bring it to you. Since the day you left, I have kept this blade hung in the hall, gazing upon it daily. That raw, youthful spirit within it. It is the same light that shone in your eyes the day you bowed to me. It is the keen edge of a craftsman.
I am but rusted scrap now. My light has long since faded.
Crushed ore, old materials, rusted iron. As craftsmen, we spend our entire lives in such company. Waste not the bounty of the world, but perfect it through craft. To take what is useless, to take every failed scrap and forge it anew. Isn't that our very mission?
Even for a life that has reached its end. A life built on nothing but mistakes.
As it is with the work of a craftsman, so it must be with the life of a craftsman. Do you still remember the question I once asked you? What defines a blade? The answer already lies within you. Go now and forge it anew.
Forge it anew. And now I wish more than anything that I could just live a bit longer. Ying Qi himself said that back when he was new.
Shu-Hu.
You fought me all this time and leapt into the Leviathan's maw. Nothing more than a bit to drag me down. A pity, truly. For so long as a single soul in this vast world prays for abundance. And now, I have come in answer to your prayer. Within the Leviathan's maw, I shall grant you 1,000 years of agony. Is this not exactly what you call forge it anew? Poor child. You and the Xianzhou citizens are always so short-sighted. Trapped in this waking dream called life, you cling to what is gone and tremble at the thought of. Yet when I come to carve through your flesh and awaken your. You were once a master craftsman. You should know best about the beauty of shaping. I can grant you the power of reshaping life and death. Bringing
Righting wrongs. You mean by carving out more walking husks like...
That is but a fleeting pang, a necessary tempering on the path to eternity. Your body will churn for millennia, caught between being digested and reborn. Every inch of your flesh.
Are you done talking? Do you truly believe that I am the only prisoner here, Shu-Hu? You are the one bound most tightly by your chains. For so long as a single soul in this vast world prays for abundance, I shall return to bestow my You are nothing but an echo of them. A slave trapped within your mission of compassion.
Are you trying to provoke me?
No. I am pronouncing your sentence. I came for forging. As long as you cling to life, you must keep reshaping this body to fight back the gnawing. Let the maw of this eon husk be the furnace. Let our undying flesh be the iron. Right here, I shall forge and recast you again, not to destroy you, but to create a cage that can hold you prisoner. And the thorns of this cage shall forever be aimed at that savior who branded you. Are you ready to turn your vengeance against your god?
Very well. Let us see how this duel between...
In the end, which of us shall forge the other?
When reunited with family after a 15-year separation,
a long time ago, there was a truly terrible nameless. They snuck aboard as a passenger seeking a certain answer. I have retrieved the same joke from the archived logs. It is indexed under the title,
But did you know, the first time the robot heard that joke, it laughed with pure joy.
Don't go filling Shush with nonsense. Its database is already enough of a mess. Dad, here's your coffee.
This cup is huge. Himeko, tell me, are you still holding a grudge against me?
What are you talking about? Now drink up while it's still hot.
Analyzing components. Results show coffee concentrate, Heldoran butterfly scales, a species of fish from a gas giant, trace amounts of iron particles.
Mr. Shush, you must be exhausted after telling all those cool jokes. How about...
My inspiration circuit is vibrating. My radar indicates that the conductor requires my immediate assistance. Good luck, Mr. Ryusuke.
Oh, Himeko, if I do not make it out of here, please deliver my resignation to Miss Dolly. Tell her I will not be coming in tomorrow, which is really no different from any other day.
Oh, want another cup?
Himeko, Miss Dolly told me that back when you were a school assistant, you used to bring a massive pot of coffee for everyone every single day. It would be selfish of me to keep this all for myself. I simply must bring some back for the other teachers.
I am afraid it will be long cold by the time you... But as you said, it is time for us to head to the school. We must return to the source of all these...
Are you truly ready to say your goodbyes? We can stay a little longer if you like.
We should go now. I have been ready for 15 years. Even if they are merely shadows of the past, they deserve to be set free.
Oh, you're right. Let us use one final goodbye to close the chapter on the Herald.
Senior, you are back! We're all waiting for you.
Sorry I'm late, everyone.
It's okay. Thank you so much for coming.
Himeko, we don't have enough time for the lobby. Could you please use your amazing imagenesis skills to decorate...
Mia, stop bothering Himeko all the time. If you and the others hadn't slacked off on the rooftop, we wouldn't be in this mess right now.
But the school anniversary is tomorrow. If I do not get this done, Ms.
You should start by tidying up those ribbons. Once we are finished with the classroom, we will all come...
Hey, careful.
Wait, did you hear that? It's him. He's back again.
Everyone, hide! Don't let them find us! Run, Senior! The Herald of Death is back!
Don't be afraid, Belle. I'm here. No more running away. We don't have to face any Herald of Death anymore.
Really?
When have I ever led you astray? Look, even the Dean has arrived. Let us run through the anniversary program.
Right now? But we still have so much left to do. The decorations are nowhere near finished.
Oh, it is all right. We have plenty of time. This sunset will linger for a very long while. I hereby declare that the Graphia Academy anniversary and the graduation ceremony of 1984, since the other grades are not with us today, we shall keep the proceedings simple. According to our school motto, every student must truly understand their purpose before they're students. Have you all discovered who you wish to become?
Why so serious? It's only a rehearsal. Well, In that case, I'm going to be an artist. And
I plan to study at the Intelligentsia Guild. I want to learn how to create even more interesting imaginae.
I want to study cinematography and become a director. I want to capture every single moment of happiness.
I hope that in 10 or even 20 years, you will all still hold these dreams. And now, please welcome our distinguished graduate representative, Himeko, to the stage.
Our senior is doing this? That doesn't happen a lot.
Himeko? Are you nervous?
I do not know what to say on an occasion like this. All I know is that this is a comfort the living leave for themselves. But take that step forward. Go and embrace tomorrow. Become someone that the person you are today would be proud of. Congratulations to the class of 1984.
Senior, don't miss us too much.
Himeko, see you around.
Himeko, what's with the sad face? It's not like we'll never see each other again.
Belle. Full Wish. Mia. The suppression squad sent by the Department of Aberration Defense. They're all gone. He struggled through the pain as the herald of death dragged and but these stains. Is he really so far gone? Even so, he still managed to break through the blockade ahead.
To take down a monster like him, you need a single perfect strike.
I think I've got it. But first, I need to buy some time.
Let me handle that for you.
All right. But buying time is easier said than done. It's too narrow here. We need more room. The best bet is to pin the herald down on that bridge. I'll take all the wish power I've gathered since the Phantom Moon became full and use it as fuel to paint it into the sheer destructive force unleashed from creating a massive object will break him.
But by doing this, even if we defeat him, you would be giving up any hope of winning the Phantom Moon games.
Yeah. By burning all the wish power, I will be forfeiting my victory. But even if I did win the games and restart the Express, what would happen to this city? To my friends? To set the Express in motion with Aha's power, while standing by as innocent people are slaughtered by monsters? To soar into the stars while turning a deaf ear to this someone who does that has no right to call themselves a nameless. Ugh, I knew I should have stuffed an orbital cannon or a molecular saw into the case. Using that bigger on the inside Trailblaze tech, just like the Astral Express.
Remember that for the future, then.
Right. When this is all over, I will have to give it a try. Another body.
Black Birch.
Black Birch, the masked fool? The one who turned Gotham City upside down not long. Only 2 supplicants are left in the...
In other words, we are the last hope for victory over him.
Just like those legends I grew up with. A hero confronting a monster to protect everyone. I will take him down. After that, I will repair the Express myself and see it fly over the horizon and...
What a beautiful sight that will be. Then consider this the first world to be saved before the journey on the Express begins.
The very first stop, then? It'll certainly be quite memorable. The stench. It's about time.
So exquisite! These flowers blooming in plain Arcadia! Ooh, I can hear them dancing at the tips of my... What is that? You say, this is not enough! Still not enough! I need more pigment! I will mix my colors with screams of terror and pray for the catecholamine department head. to surpass her. Another new shade, dazzling, shattered crimson. Are you perhaps the color I've been? Step into this masterpiece! Become one with me and lay the final cornerstone for the future of human evolution!
Right there. So, you actually conquered the Herald of Death and set the Astral Express in motion once more at the end of the blood-stained games. Here I go. I believe in your bravery. When confronted by death, you will undoubtedly choose to resist. But you were so frail and sickly. How could you possibly defeat the Herald of Death, who slaughtered every single supplicant? Well, the answer is clear. It would be impossible for you. Addie. Unless you had another person helping you. Don't deny it yet. I've been tested by you enough along the way. So now, give your father a little room to breathe. While I was gathering your belongings, I found some of the manuscripts you left behind. There were 2 distinct sets of handwriting upon those pages. Legend says that during the Canvas Age, the grand artist Whitebow painted his late daughter onto a scroll and breathed life into her. Suppose, just suppose, that my brilliant daughter created a likeness of herself, a self-portrait so perfect that it breathed and moved with her. If that is the truth, then every mystery is explained. During that night of the blood-stained games, a girl at death's door and an imagination she created followed the trail of the Herald of Death all the way to Dove Brook. As a monster bearing Shuhu's flesh and a supplicant lost to madness, Marcus and Tali defeated the pair before him driven by pure instinct. He slowly closed in on them. He intended to use their very lives. Little did he know that he was walking straight into a trap of their design. The moment he drew near, a massive iron fist was imaginated from the sky above. It crashed down and crushed him to dust. It was the night of July 22nd, 1984, of the Arcadian calendar. Over 10,000 sightings reported a giant arm descending from the sky that evening. In the hours that followed, the Department of Aberration Defense confirmed that theories were endless. Was it a divine act by Yaha? Or a weapon built by the IPC? No one knew for sure. It was just an arm. Yet beneath the brush of a girl who yearned for the stars, the girl achieved her dream, and the stars set sail once more. Truly a most romantic fairy tale. Unfortunately, I have to destroy this fairy tale myself.
You don't believe me?
I have no idea who you truly are. But that little girl who longed for trailblazing, my frail and sickly daughter, from the very beginning, Himeko, never left Plain Arcadia.
That is not something you should joke about.
You know better than I do whether I'm joking or not. By the way, things outside aren't looking good. The Arcadia is drowning in problems. Is it really wise to stay here instead of helping the younger crew?
Those kids are all grown up now. They can handle their mission. And as for myself, I am staying right here to deal with the biggest problem of all.
Are you intending to stay here until the outcome is revealed?
It might take forever for him to return. Or he might never come back at all. Or maybe, if I just complain and say, I wish Blade were here, he'll just show up. Anyway, it was his choice. Thank you for staying with him until the very end.
No. It is time to deal with your matter. Gray-haired girl. You seek me out with her token in hand. Already told me? Our first meeting was just before we took the boat here. I only answered the call of wish power because of that mask. The one painted by Evanesia. So, who is this me you speak of?
Me, of course.
Not you again. A meanie will always be a meanie.
Misfortune and I share one thing in common. We both enjoy dropping in uninvited. A reunion after 1,000 years. Graphia.
A Sat Pramad.
Back at Ingford Hermitage, what you heard was only half the story. 1,000 years ago, amidst the ruins of Ahatopia, I found a baby girl on the verge of death. Her cold, lifeless body reminded me of the legend of Elation. Too bad I never did get the joke. So I came up with I infused that child with the power of destruction, giving her the rebirth of a Void Ranger. I taught her to paint her monstrous beasts using the life of the veracity as pigment. Graphia, your name was your commission. To paint the world and carve a trace of our lasting glory. You were doing so well. Right up until you saw that express crash. It gave you ideas, Graphia.
Since that day, I have had nothing to do with you or your destruction. Your failure began the moment you tried to destroy the Express. All you did was turn the spirit of the Nameless into a rallying cry for I took the power you forced upon me and used it to save the innocent. You commanded me to record the end of worlds.
So, you think putting on a human mask makes you one of the trailblazers? Look at yourselves. That weathering curse is still eating away at you and your kin. It is the inescapable world and canvas. A total disaster. Yet you still try to dress it up as a... Do you know why I haven't spared Ahatopia a single glance for an entire millennium? Because you bore me. But now, things have changed. Someone far more interesting than you. That is why I have returned.
Himiko? I've had my fill of this drama. Now, I'm dying to see how your face...
For 1,000 years, I have painted them over and over again. Tell me, Asat Pramad, are you prepared to face their fury?
I have more important things to do than linger here. Why not let them have a taste? Come forth. Demonstrate your defiance.
Is it over?
Watch out!
Pity. Such a clean strike. The odds of success are 0.
The restraint check failed?
A 1 in 10,000 chance. The moment I cast the dice, the outcome is fixed. Remove the mask, protagonist. It doesn't suit you. As for you, your end is decided. Farewell.
Sorry. I have failed.
Minions of destruction! I will drive you all from this world!
We must force her back to her senses.
Torn flesh tempered 1,000 times into a blade!
Bang! May this faint light dispel the gloom, restore the skies.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
I can endure more!
Have some sunshine.
No need.
Fury of the dead!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Do we have to go full force?
Of course not. That is exactly what that Mimi wants.
Devour offspring! Fight!
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. How familiar.
It's come, riding the west wind. Away we go! Delivering warmth.
Purgatory takeover! Tomb of Blades eternal! Returned from death 1,000, you will serve as the tempering fire!
Go, go, go! Guide with the rainbow bridge. Go make it wait. We like you.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Absolutely cannot let you touch this place! Astral Express! Depart once more!
We need to finish this fast and catch up to Asat Pramod. Looks like I have to use level 999 one more time.
No need for that. If a sword is needed, let it be mine. Have you thought it through? What defines a blade? The sharpness that endures after all has worn away. I shall take veracity as my forge, and abundance as my iron. Die 1,000 deaths. Tempered into a blade! What? Not even a welcome back?
Another journey begins.
You will serve as the tempering fire!
No way! Blade! You answered my prayers!
1 in 10 chance of survival. I choose to survive.
Have some sunshine.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
You will serve as the tempering fire!
Devour offspring! Fight for...
What happened to her?
This is Asat Pramod's handiwork.
We have to bring her to her senses first!
Purgatory, take her!
Free will, or was it fate? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
Tempered 1,000 times.
Guide with a rainbow. Don't make it wait.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
It's nothing.
You will serve as the tempering fire!
Hate the pain.
I will bury you. Tomb of Blades Eternal!
Absolutely cannot let you touch this place.
I hope I am not too late.
Are you kidding? Your timing is impeccable, Blady. But isn't this a bit much? How did you even change outfits? What happened down there?
I used the Leviathan's maw to imprison Shuhu. But that doesn't matter.
What matters is that you made it out alive and got the job done.
Not yet. I have made a decision. This time, I will stay and become a supplicant. I am joining the Phantas Moon Games.
What? You're going to stay here and poke your nose into this world's business too?
Let us settle this first. Are you okay?
Thank you. All of you. I will do everything I can to help you. As long as the canvas remains, Asat Pramod cannot kill me. You have fulfilled what Evanescia entrusted to you. It was all me. For 1,000 years, I was the one obsessed with bearing every responsibility alone. Asat Pramod was right after all. I have been a ghost of 1,000 years past, arrogant enough to think my seal over the world and canvas was unbreakable. I really believed that accumulated wish power would be enough to strike him down when he returned. We are up against the same nightmare that survived a whole Cinderth age.
Just how did he even sneak into the world in canvas?
The first time I stepped into Inkford Hermitage, a strange Wispe tried to latch onto me. Maybe that was the first step in Asat Pramod's plan. Then, he took on Graphia's form to tamper with my mask, and even taught me the way to summon the real Graphia. In the end, he got what he wanted.
So, this guy has only been after one thing.
And to awaken the husk of the veracity, we need to leave this place as soon as possible. The giant maw that swallowed me is starting to stir.
But he mentioned he had something more important to do. What is that even supposed to mean? He has so much on his plate, no way he can split himself into pieces.
1,000 years ago, the demon lord from beyond invaded Ahatopia. The power he unleashed was beyond all comprehension. He could appear in places thousands of miles apart at the exact same time. as if he possessed countless incarnations.
What?
He said he was meeting a genuine nameless. Himiko! She's in trouble!
The biggest problem? Do you mean me?
You said that classroom was a secret place of your own creation, yet Full Wish seemed to know everything about it. You are far too familiar with the Express, yet there is no way my father could have ever set foot on it. And another thing, when we first met up earlier, you said it had been 15 years. But my father clearly left much earlier than that. Your story is riddled with holes. Or rather, you never even intended to pretend.
You are the only person I can never seem to lie to. And about that last point, it was just a slip of the tongue.
Stop this pathetic act. You are not him. You who dare to impersonate my father. Show your true self.
It seems our pleasant little father-daughter chat, buying time, keeping me pinned down. You played your part well along the way. If I proved to be more dangerous than anticipated, you would be right there to shield your companion. But, Navigator, you still overlooked one possibility, the most fatal one of all. Why don't you try to guess at what exact point did I take Ryosuke's place? It happened on the day that man, in his desperate search for the source of the Weathering Curse to save his family, was destroyed by me. That year, Himeko was 6. At her mother's funeral, she met her father for the first time.
You are lying.
I have told you only one lie in all these years, my dear daughter. Nice to meet you. I'm your father, Ryosuke.
All that effort, all those years spent by my side. What are you really planning?
Even I find it hard to tell what goes on in this head of mine sometimes. But now, as I look at your face, at that exquisite expression, it all makes sense. I had so much fun playing a father. And the best part, that was not even the most fun I have had today.
Hey, can you hear me? Someone who looks like a Sapramod just showed up at the tavern. We are under attack by Asad Pramat. Dan Hung and I will do everything we can to cover Yao Guang.
I've played along this far, so why not make it interesting? Let us add a dash of red to our little opening act. You have proven your theory by tearing off the mask of Ryosuke. As a courtesy, it's now time to strip away your disguise. The ugliest lie of the Trailblaze. The truth that has been hidden for 15 years.
When the Phantasm Moon is full again, I will be there as I have promised. I will come back with so many stories to tell you.
The girl looked up at the stars, but in her heart, she was terrified of setting out. She was afraid of the universe. In the end, she left her wishes to someone else. As for her, She chose to lie in a grave and stay in the Arcadia forever. Ryosuke's daughter Himeko is long dead. When she saw how vast the stars really were, she ran away. Just as the trailblaze will always converge with the destruction, culminating in awe-inspiring obliteration.
So, you really are a fake.
Right back at you.
O denizens of this Arcadia, lost in its splendor, once I beheld the Astral Express rise again towards the stars here. Since then, you have known 15 long years of unbroken peace. It's been a while, old friend. For 15 years it was I, Hassan Khan, who delivered every promise of beauty to this Arcadia in advance. Now, please indulge in these long overdue surprises.
Stream forth.